Since we are already in July, I want to talk about a few favorites from the last month and one product that just didn't work for me at all. Look at my nails. Aren't these so cool? Let's start with my brows. So ever since I bleached my brows, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I love the look. It's very editorial. For day-to-day life, I feel like it just looks a little weird. So I did a little bit of research and I grabbed this water-based tinted gel. It's very different from like a wax pomade type of brow gel. So every time I try to paint my hairs, if I use a waxy pomade, it would just start coloring my skin and the hair still looked very white to me. And it started looking really messy really quickly. This one though, this one actually grabs the hairs and not really the skin. And the hold is insane. Like I wish they did this formula in clear instead of their clear waxy white one. I don't like that one at all. I like this formula. I want this in clear. The little wand is like a little ball. I was kind of weirded out about it at first, but it works. So yeah, this has been a favorite and I really like it. I also saw that they have some lip blurs coming out that look promising. I really want to try those too. But yeah, thumbs up for the brow tint. Everybody's talking about this Givenchy powder. Is their number 3, the pink one. Yeah, it definitely has scent. I do like it. I've been grabbing it a lot. I feel like it just looks white. It's not like as pink, but it is very mattifying. Look at that. Super mattified. If you don't want to look dry, then don't. But for an oily person like me, I've been grabbing it so much. And I grabbed it because they came out with a mini version. I was not gonna pay full price for their big one. I think the mini one will suffice. I think I use it on special occasions when I want to look extra blurred, extra matte, extra snatch. I think people are overhyping it a little bit. Just a little bit. Like I like it and it's a favorite. But what throws me off is the price. If it was a little bit cheaper, I think I would justify the hype. But it's a little overhyped for how overpriced it is. I keep grabbing it every time I do my makeup. I like how it looks. I love how it blurs me. I love how it mattifies me. It does have a little powder puff that I have somewhere. I lost it. I prefer my Triangle Beauty Blender powder puff. Get this if you haven't. This one's reusable. You could just wash it, let it dry overnight. Just mentioning it because I really like it. This moisturizer, I just did a review of it and it's going up soon. I just needed a moisturizer that's simple and to the point with no heavy ingredients, with no big bold claims for a while. I am very acne prone, so I don't do well with like rich heavy creams, and this one is a great formula. It's a very simple one. It absorbs very nicely into the skin. It doesn't look super dewy. But yeah, it's like a simple hydrator with hyaluronic acid, ceramides, allantoin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's gonna soothe your skin, especially if you're irritated from retinols, which is why I bought this. I've been going heavy on my tretinoin. I've been dealing with active breakouts recently and I hate seeing my skin break out. It's really bad for my confidence. The problem from using too much tretinoin is that I get dry flaky skin and kind of feel like itchy and irritated. This, especially in combination with the SOS spray, perfection. It really has helped soothe my skin and all my dry patches. It's perfect. I'm using it more at night rather than at daytime. I prefer using more of a gel-based moisturizer for daytime. But for nighttime after my tretinoin, I love this. We'll review the whole line because I also have the serum. I also have a few review on this one. It's the Light Reflecting Eye Brightener from NARS. It has such a great consistency. It has a bit of a tacky feel to it, so it really just stays in place. Because I feel like a lot of products for under the eye tend to be a little bit too dewy and hydrating that they tend to move around. This one has skincare ingredients on it. It has, of course, hyaluronic spheres on it because everything has hyaluronic nowadays. But it also has that color correcting for tired eyes. I don't have the worst under eye darkness, but I do love to wear this for day-to-day wear without any makeup. It just gives me like a healthy, I'm awake look. And yeah, it really doesn't move or fade throughout the day. It's very long wearing. When I apply concealer on top of it, it gives me more of a flawless under eye. Don't put too much of this and then too much concealer and then too much powder because it will look makeup-y. I do prefer a light layer of this and the concealer if you're going to use them together. I'm glad glad they included skincare benefits with this because it's such a delicate area. I'm going to talk more about this on my review, so stay tuned. Let's move on to lips. I have 2 lip products that I've been obsessed with. I'm going to start with the one I'm wearing right now. It has faded. It's not the most long wearing. It is so nice, so juicy, so beautiful. It's like a cool tone mauvey pink. Isn't that so beautiful? It's the Kosas Lipstick. It's basically just like a very sheer, moisturizing, wet looking lipstick. Kind of like if a gloss and a lipstick had a baby. I love that it's magnetic. It matches with my nails and everything. Formula is great, it just wears too fast. So at my job I have to reapply a couple of times. But what I do love about this too is when it wears off, it leaves like a very beautiful pink tone on your lip. Even if it wears quickly, you're still left with such a beautiful tone. So this is all I have left. When I run out, I'm probably gonna repurchase it, because it's so good. This one's more of a bold kind of lip gloss. Some people are really disappointed. It's the MAC Squirt. It's a plumping lip gloss in the color Jet. They have so many funky colors. I really wanted a black lip gloss, so that's exactly what it is. It's a very sheer gray lip gloss. I really love more of a brown tone lip liner with this color, and specifically I'm using from Rimmel Cappuccino, but Chestnut by MAC is also a perfect companion for this. I feel it plumping right now. The mental is strong. It's kicking tonight. But yeah, I feel like it's such a cool cyber goth look. It pairs perfectly with this eye look. I love the plumping feel of it. If you add a lot, it will start getting really plumpy and mentally on you. There's not much to say about this. It's obviously not as long wearing as a lipstick, but I do feel it's a little bit more long wearing than the Kosas one. The MAC Squirts are almost sold out everywhere. I got them at my local MAC, so check that out if you can't find it online. Anyway, last of my favorites, and then I'm gonna get right into the one that I did not work for me. This candle by Boy Smells is... if you like the smell of burnt, I know it sounds so weird, like the smell of something burning, wood, like burning wood. It says resin, hinoki, cardamom, jasmine, moss, and guyac. I don't know what most of these are, but it smells like a warm night in with like the fire going. I've only been in bonfires and stuff like that like probably once or twice in my life, and it kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of just a sexy night in. Yes, it's just sexy. I don't know how to describe it. It's a little bit on the masculine side. If you like florals or citrusy or bright scents, you're gonna hate this. I would just turn this in at date night, some wine. It's a perfect mood for that. This kind of scent is the kind of scent that my mother would hate. I love woody scents, and this one is such a mood. All right, so let's go for my hate of the month. Look, I wanted to love it. The smell is great, I guess. I didn't even finish it because I just cannot bring myself to keep using it. This also doesn't even bring a spatula. Like this spatula that you see right here, that one's from the pharmacy one. I just shoved it in there. It was breaking me out. I'm gonna give you a full review on this. Don't want anybody that's oily skin and acne prone skin to purchase this because it broke me out. It wasn't even super effective at removing my makeup. The pharmacy one is way better. As I was rubbing it in to melt it, I was like, oh, I need more. It didn't spread as great. When I added water, it also didn't rinse off as fast as the pharmacy one. It takes forever for it to just feel like it's leaving your face. So in a way, I did feel that the residue that I left behind, even after double cleansing with a gel cleanser, it was breaking me out. It has apricot oil, which is very comedogenic. Not as comedogenic as coconut oil, but it's still comedogenic. If you are oily prone skin, acne prone skin, and you don't want to have a breakout issue, just don't use this. I took the risk. I tried it for you. You've been warned. But yeah, thank you so much for spending your time watching this video, and I will see you next month with more favorites. I'm gonna try and do these monthly. Thank you so much for tuning in.